Girlies, if last week we got 2 points for talking about Xander, today is the Larry Bird 3-pointer.
I said you'll have fun, and I won't disappoint you.
Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to It's All For You Demons, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. Disgruntled employee back there. Celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. And tonight, as mentioned in the intro, we're going to talk about Xander quite a bit, because Xander has sent in something. Bless your heart, man. I cannot thank you enough for this. This is just another amazing example of Kiss fan friends being cool to one another, and I appreciate this so much because this is a rabbit hole we have talked about before, and much like last week where we were talking Dynasty, tonight the focus is on Double Platinum. Another rabbit hole from last year, the year of Double Platinum. This year, the year of glitter and bubblegum, Dynasty and Unmasked. Double Platinum fits right in there. Strutter 78, disco. Cover, disco. It's all disco fun here in the Wax Night house. What's your Hotface this week? I'm going to have to say mine is cassettes. I have been down a high school collection of the cassette lineup and just added the first Kiss record on cassette to the collection, and this is an odd one, and this made me think. I did an Instagram post on this because this made me think how crazy my life society was when I first became a Kiss fan. And the reason I say that is because this is the last Kiss cassette I ever bought in high school. Got rid of all my cassettes once I started collecting vinyl in college, and so I'm going down the rabbit hole of getting that catalog back on cassette. I'm only going through Kiss My Ass. Never even had that on cassette back then, but this was the last cassette I bought in high school because my freshman year CDs were out, but you couldn't really afford more than one, and so you still bought things on cassette. Now by my sophomore year, the Sound Saver series had come out, and you could pretty much buy one Kiss CD a week. $10. That's lawn mowing money. And you could really build up that catalog, which we did. We talked about Brett's wonderful Christmas of high school where he got the entire Kiss catalog on CD. Those were good times. But then also another cassette that I have added to the collection. This is a first time purchase for me. Revenge on cassette. Because by 1992, I had graduated high school the summer after my senior year. We didn't even look at the Kiss cassette wall because it was all CDs. By senior year, everyone had a CD player in their car. Everyone had a good CD player at home. Cassettes were a thing of the past. So this is a first time purchase for me on cassette. Still fun to fill in that hole of the high school cassette lineup collection. I'm loving going down this rabbit hole, and after a few purchases last night, we are almost there. We have 2 more cassettes to go, and I have every album I want for the high school collection. First Kiss album through Kiss My Ass on tape. That is my Hotface for the week. Leave yours below. Now crack open your favorite beer or pour a shot, because we're going to have a drinking game tonight. You're going to take a drink every time I say the word Xander. Open up your Kiss Cold Gin, or as Xander says, open up your Moneybag Soda. Take a drink every time we say Xander. See, I'm already intoxicating you with either sugary fun or alcohol fun. AJ Zetro, cheers to you on a Friday night. Let's talk the Double Platinum Army Kit. Now this is a used and abused Double Platinum Army Kit. Some kid has literally colored in everything except the Kiss Army, and even colored the back. It almost feels like they colored it with paint because it is a thick, it's not just marker. But now that I look at it, there's some scribbles on the back where you can see they wrote some stuff on a piece of paper. Even more fun. There's black electrical tape on the side. This kid, whoever owned this, had a very good time with the double platinum Army kit, and obviously had a good time. They even colored in all of the KISS Army in yellow. They were pretty artistic because they did a good job, but more fun for me because it's got some personal history to it. And this is the very first Army kit to feature Sergeant Baker. And we go to the amazing book, Demons of Rock Want You, all about the Army kits by Elaine Beliche and Per Strid. And we find out there was some shuffle within the headquarter general staff. Executive Director Sergeant Baker, also known as a coin employee Jennifer Baker, signing and approving everything from now on. And there we have Sergeant Baker's signature. You're in the KISS Army now. The KISS Army is dedicated to the advancement of KISS throughout the land. This loyal and devoted legion, already numbering in the thousands, is on the march, spreading the word about the dramatic, explosive magic of KISS. The KISS Army has its own official news service, the KISS Army News. Through it, headquarters will give you the latest bulletins on all vital KISS action. As a valued member of the KISS Army, it is your right and privilege to invite others to join our ranks and share the KISS experience. Glad to have you with us. Sergeant Baker, Executive Director, KISS Army Headquarters. If you pay attention to anything, it's all for you. Demon does. You may see something that sounds like that next year. But on the flip side, the coolest part of all Army kits is the advertisements for the records. Don't miss any of these KISS releases on Casablanca Records and Tapes. First album through the brand new Double Platinum. And that is our topic tonight. Double Platinum merch form, Army kits. I'm very lacking in the Double Platinum Army kit. I only have one item, and it is this, the KISS Army certificate, signed by 3 kids, Mark Clark, Eric Stevenson, who added a 7, that must have been their favorite number, and the Peter Criss sort of signing, and Ty Stanley, who signed it with a star. I assume these 3 kids probably put their money together, or they were just friends. One of them got the Army kit and they had a little club, KISS Club, and they all 3 signed their certificate. Again, if you pay attention to anything I do, you may see something like this next year. But that's all I have in the Double Platinum Army kit. But Xander, take a drink, sent us in something very cool from the merch forum. So we shift to the Double Platinum album. I absolutely love this packaging. One of my favorite album packages ever. My favorite gatefold of all time. Definitely love the hype sticker. They had to do a sticker on the outside of the record because there's no track listing on this cover or back cover. How fun is that? I love the embossed, and one of the coolest toy awards myself. I believe this to be one of the coolest because what kid didn't want to be a rock star? What kid didn't want to own their own platinum award? And KISS gave that to you. Sign your name to it, put it up on your wall, you're a rock star. I love that. Great merch form. So, much like last week, it is merch form checklist time. And unlike Dynasty, no discrepancies between the merch form and what actually was produced. And the fun of these merch forms is they carry over a lot of items. So if you have one item, it's probably checked off on multiple checklists. Case in point, the KISS Super Concert Book. Giant size tour book jammed with 20 pages of live action photography of the current world tour. $3 freaking. How would you like a DeLorean to go back in time and order a handful of those like a record store day reseller. Mint, smelling great. What does this smell like? This has, well, there's a tad of a vintage old Playboy smell there, but not overcoming. Nothing worth sniffing your tour book for. Sniff your tour books, kids. The Revenge tour book, that thing smells delicious. Carryover number 2, the logo buckle featuring Kiss artwork in silver metallic on a black background. $5 each. We need time travel. Quite possibly one of my favorite belt buckles. Just reeks of a kid going to 7th grade. Showing the world they are a Kiss fan. Love that reflection too. Very double platinum like. I just realized that. Very cool. Great idea, a coin marketing team. Reuse, resell, remarket. And then the amazing double platinum Mylar posters, which I love the fact that these are actually Alive 2 posters marketed as double platinum Mylar posters. These were released in magazines for sale as Mylar posters prior to the release of double platinum. So I love the inclusion of them on the double platinum merch form. Once again, remarket, resell. A coin had it going on, man. A coin had it going on. The group shot Mylar, Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, Peter Criss, and the star child himself, Paul Stanley. Now, I was just texting my buddy FL Dog, and we were talking about the Alive 2 merch form because I am tempting him to go down the merch form checklist rabbit hole because he has recently acquired the Alive 2 belt buckle. Super gorgeous, and he's pretty much down the road of the Alive 2 merch form. But we were talking, and on these merch forms, we did admit that iron-on shirts are probably going to be a hard one to come by. And FL Dog does not trust at all, no trust in the world of the logo patches. The Kiss logo patch embroidered cloth emblem in black and silver, great for jeans or jackets. $1 each, but FL Dog has no trust in the world because he knows, and it's true, these are faked quite easily, and you could possibly get a bad one if you don't trust the source or pay a pretty Slayer Forever price point. But another one on this merch form that to me will be pretty dang hard is the double platinum belt buckle, because I know we've talked about this in a previous video. You just can't trust it, and as Kiss Office has shown us, he's selling an early version of the double platinum belt buckle. And it's a pretty penny too. It's a Slayer Forever price range, and I just can't do that. Maybe one day I hit the Powerball. No worries in the world. But that is as far as I go on the double platinum merch form checklist until tonight, thanks to our buddy Xander. Because Xander has thrown us down the rabbit hole of the 5 photo picture set. Double platinum picture set. The 5 picture set contains live action photography from the most recent US tour. $5 each a set, and he has thrown us down the rabbit hole with this. And my goodness, Xander, you should not have done this. I'm so freaking thankful for this though. Thank you so much. The wonderful live shot of the photo set. This thing is glossy as can be, and that is such a cool photo. Gene, Ace, Peter in the background, about to do a gigantic cymbal crash, and this is magical. 4 more to go on the set now. I have to get the rest, and this is going to be fun. This is the fun of being a Kiss fan, going down a rabbit hole, getting one piece of it, and decades later, you know, completing your set. But I get to start this all thanks to a wonderful friend, Kiss fan, Xander. obviously the head of Kiss Army Things. Everyone knows them. The absolute best source of Kiss news, fanfare, fun on the YouTube, on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social media as they do. Kiss Army Things is the group that is going to march us into the future. And I'm sure you all follow them, but if not, please give them a follow. Every Sunday is a magical day with Kiss Army Things. And Xander, I cannot thank you enough for this, man. Bless your heart. And a quick side note from Demons of Rock, that photo set is only a merch form photo set because the photo set that comes in the actual Army kit is different. Different live shot, different photos of the band, bios on the back. This is the fun of being a Kiss fan, man. Army kits, merch forms, collecting never stops. And another thing that never stops is having fun with the Rock and Roll Night and Journal Everyday entry for tonight. Rock and Roll Night and Journal Everyday entry for March 7th. How would Kiss Animalize have been different had Vinnie Vincent remained in the band? List the tracks you feel would have contained stylistically different guitar solos. I'm going to kind of cheat and just say the entire album would have had a different vibe to it. I think Mark St. John is a certain type of shredder. I think Vinnie Vincent is a crazier type of shredder. And given the year and Eddie Van Halen's impact on the world, I think Animalize with Vinnie Vincent would have had an absolute shredding vibe to it. Would have made the record. To me, Animalize is kind of a heavy metal record. I think it would have made the record a more glammy heavy metal record and kind of ruined it. I'm going to just say that. I think Vinnie Vincent, his playing, he would have overplayed, and I think Mark St. John kind of kept it in that pocket. Still showed off his talent, but very much kept it in the pocket. And Vinnie Vincent would have, to me, probably ruined Animalize and not made it as much of a Martin Enterprises heavy metal record. If you know me and my friends, you know what I'm talking about. Rock and Roll All Night. Journal Every Day. The fun of being a Kiss fan. Why is your tail sticking out like that? Thank you again, Xander, man. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for that wonderful gift. Going down a rabbit hole. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for hanging with us tonight and waxing rock and roll nostalgia with us here in the Wax Night House. Be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Take care. Be safe. We will talk to you soon.
I said you're